Jace Tunnell here with Mission Rangers Reserve at the University of Texas Marine Science Institute. Today for beach coming, we check out some cool things that are coming in. Now these actually aren't just coming in, they're here all the time, but usually covered up. These are Coquina. And so let's see if you can see these. Watch what happens. These are all alive. Usually you see dead ones and things like that are have died and birds have eaten them, or they've been washed up further up on the beach and died. But look at that. You see them coming up there? Whenever the water level gets just right, they all emerge, and then once the water goes out, they start digging back into the ground to get underground. See if they do that again. Oh. But some people actually eat these, which I find fascinating. Of course, you'd have to have a whole bunch of them, but you can see them there. See, they're going under. Pretty neat. So what are some other things that we're seeing washing up right now? Let's look down here. There are thousands and thousands of these little seeds, and they look like a couple of different kinds. I'm gonna have to look up to see what kind they are. If y'all find out before me, feel free to put it in the comments. But they're brown and black, and they're everywhere up in here, along with all this reed. And so I'm assuming that this is all obviously freshwater plant that's been washed down the rivers and then washing back up here. So but you can see how many there are. Lots and lots of them. So I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see what we'll just kind of walk along here. Earlier, people were asking me, oh, you know, there's all these lima beans that are coming in, but they're actually black mangrove seeds. So we'll see if we can find some of those also. Sometimes I like to come in here and just kind of dig around, see what we can find. Like there's a different looking seed. Brown. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And I've talked about these before, but that's a black mangrove seed, and you can see it's already putting out its little root. So that would go in the ground, and then these are the seed pod would open up, and these are the leaves. And you find these all around in the bays around here. Really cool plant. Can tolerate pretty high salt levels. They can't tolerate cold weather though. Whoa! Okay, I'm gonna run over here real quick. That was some crazy looking. All these things just sort of emerged all at one time. I was gonna see if we could get them going under. Now look at this willet coming up here. Hey, doesn't seem to care I'm here. He's feeding on something down in there. Okay, let's see what else we can find up here. A piece of the Texas state shell, the lightning whelk. I like to find those whole. What that is. Okay. A little bitty shell. Now that's like talked about these before, the pin shell, but usually there's supposed to be two sides to these. This one only has one side, and that's a little one. It's pretty cool. Rock. Now, there's not a whole lot of people on the beach today, and it's about 85 degrees. That's Bob Hall Pier that's going out on North Padre Island. And you can see the fishermen down here. They got a bunch of lines out. Not sure if they're catching anything, but the waves the last week or so have been pretty big, washing a lot of stuff in. Some green algae growing on the stick. Well, sure looks like there's a lot of stuff out here. Now, you know, the sargassum, that's pretty common. Although certain times of the year, there is tons and tons, literally tons of this stuff on the beach. I don't know how many years ago it was. Maybe it was like 7 or 8 years ago. But there was so much of this stuff that it was, you know, 3 foot deep. And it would create this wall on the water. The waves would come in and bounce off of it. Luckily we haven't seen it like that, although it has been pretty bad down in the Caribbean, like Quintana Roo area of Mexico. And you know, it's a natural event for it to come in, but you know, tourists don't really like to see it. Look at this. What do you think this is? You could actually plant this, I bet. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I'll try to do that. Take that home, plant it. Okay, I'm gonna set it down real quick. See what else we can find around here. Oh, what's that? Like a root ball of a plant? It's kind of interesting looking. What I'm seeing is I'm not seeing a lot of trash, which is nice. Mainly, you know, a lot of this woody vegetation stuff. So that's pretty good. You know, this stuff will end up breaking down. It'll dry up, break down, be pushed around by the wind and waves, then eventually be blown over the back, and that will act as a fertilizer for the dune vegetation and all that kind of stuff. So sort of the natural cycle of things. Now y'all have seen this before. You know what that is? That's usually, you know, stuff breaking down, and then once it gets like plankton, you know, fish scales, you know, any kind of biological stuff that's out in the ocean, it ends up getting into what we call the swash zone here, and then churns up and makes like an almost like soap and bubbles and stuff like that. But it's actually a sign of a healthy environment, so not a bad thing to see. Part of the life cycle. Okay, these fishermen are looking at me weird now. Okay, maybe that's good for this episode. Till next time. Oh, somebody mentioned that they wanted to see all the different types of bones and stuff that we find at the beach. So I've been collecting. I've got a bucket of bones that once I get enough of them, I'll bring them out here and be able to talk to you about them. And those are like the normal type, the not so normal type of bones that you'd find. So I'll let you know whenever we get closer to getting that one ready to go. All right, till next time, we'll talk to you later. Bye.